Edmond, Oklahoma. They're hitting us up from Edmond. They said, could you see a scenario where the SEC misses the playoff? Could you see a scenario where OU and Texas get in? Yeah, I could see the second one because, I could see the first one. Do you hear the gnashing of teeth at just the suggestion of that? The SEC can't be out of the playoff. That's like Mr. Astor on the Titanic. This ship can't sink. The SEC can't miss the playoff. Oh, she's made of iron, sir. I assure you she can. Well, in this case, here's the scenario. Here's how it would happen. The way I figure it, we're likely to have either a one-loss or undefeated team from the ACC, from the Big 12, from the Big 10, from the Pac-12. That is likely at this point. So how do we keep the SEC, how do you guys keep the SEC out of this thing? Because I am a notorious SEC homer. If you don't believe me, read the comment section or check out the live chat. Here's the most plausible scenario as producer Jesse and I could see it earlier today. You need a two-loss SEC champion, and then just hope that there are better candidates in front of them. So if Georgia just wins out, this is a moot point they'll be in. But let's say Bama loses to Tennessee or LSU, and at that point, you're getting a two-loss team from the West no matter what. If it's Bama, if it's LSU, whoever it is. But then they go to Atlanta, and they win there. Is the committee taking a two-loss Alabama as the SEC champ? Are they taking two-loss LSU as the SEC champ? Are they taking one-loss non-SEC champion Georgia that had a weaker schedule this year? Maybe. It heavily depends on the rest of the field. But the difference is this year, you may have enough viable undefeated or one-loss teams there that you look at it, and if you peel, you get your thumbnail under there, you peel a little SEC sticker off the resume and just look at the resume, it's not good enough. It's like fifth or sixth best. And then you know what happens, of course. Then you have people whining, saying, why couldn't we have the 12-team playoff 1 year earlier? And you know my thoughts on that. But I did have someone brave enough to ask me, do you think that this would be the perfect year for the 12-team playoff? No, I think it's the perfect year for the 4-team playoff because the playoff started. Like, does anyone realize what Ohio State and Penn State's going to be like this Saturday? Do you have any idea we have an elimination game in Tuscaloosa this Saturday? I wish I could have had you up in Seattle last week on the field to witness Oregon versus Washington. There is no world where those places and those games feel that consequential if you know it's just for seeding. We got a safety net down here, so if we fall, we fall. We'll get right back up. Somebody's falling this weekend, and they're not getting back up. It's not a Life Alert commercial. You don't just press a button and get help. You don't just have the 12-team playoff there. It's help. I've fallen and I can't get up, and sorry, only got room for 4 of you here. Stay there and just think about this, and we'll pull you up for next season. This is not worth debating. We're going to a 12-team format next year. I know that. Whether I like it or not, I know that. But in the meantime, let me enjoy the last remaining October and November, where the playoff actually starts in October and stretches into November, even if people don't realize it for what it is right in front of them.